A room without books is like a body without a soul. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goes out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. If we are not ashamed to think it, we should not be ashamed to say it. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery by doubling our joys and dividing our grief. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Not to know what has been transacted in former times is to be always a child. If no use is made of the labors of past ages, the world must remain always in the infancy of knowledge. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn. The life given us by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. For books are more than books, they are the life, the very heart and core of ages past, the reason why men worked and died, the essence and quintessence of their lives. The life of the dead is set in the memory of the living. The face is a picture of the mind, with the eyes as its interpreter. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. To study philosophy is nothing but to prepare oneself to die. I criticize by creation, not by finding fault. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. It is a great thing to know your vices. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. Our span of life is brief, but is long enough for us to live well and honestly. The enemy is within the gates. It is with our own luxury, our own folly, our own criminality, that we have to contend. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. Law applied to its extreme is the greatest injustice. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. Knowledge which is divorced from justice may be called cunning rather than wisdom. Where is their dignity, unless there is honesty? Though silence is not necessarily an admission, it is not a denial, either. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. It is the peculiar quality of a fool to perceive the faults of others and to forget his own. What one has, one ought to use, and whatever he does, he should do with all his might. A mind without instruction can no more bear fruit than can a field, however fertile, without cultivation. Time obliterates the fictions of opinion and confirms the decisions of nature. Diseases of the soul are more dangerous and more numerous than those of the body. Freedom is a possession of inestimable value. Nothing stands out so conspicuously or remains so firmly fixed in the memory as something which you have blundered. To teach is a necessity, to please is a sweetness, to persuade is a victory. Nature herself has imprinted on the minds of all the idea of God. Natural ability without education has more often raised a man to glory and virtue than education without natural ability. History is the witness that testifies to the passing of time. It illumines reality, vitalizes memory, provides guidance in daily life, and brings us tidings of antiquities. He only employs his passion who can make no use of his reason.